In this video, we're going to talk about why I quit credit repair and why I think you should too if you're a current credit repair business owner. So watch the entire video. Even if you're not a credit repair business owner, let's say you're a small business owner in any industry, we're going to talk about why you should even get into the new opportunity that I'm telling you to get into. Spoiler alert, you probably know business funding, but watch the entire video. So, number one, I analyzed my own business evolution. I was just sitting and thinking, why am I so ahead of a lot of other credit repair business owners, right? Like, what am I doing that's super special? And it was really focusing on the leverage. And to make long story short, definitely focus on business funding because wherever your energy goes is where, the money is going to flow. So you got to keep that in mind as well. And then I was just analyzing all the people I've worked with when it comes to people that have credit repair businesses or people that tried to start a credit repair business. And then I analyzed why my most successful students became successful. And it was because of business funding, right? So I just had to stay true and just realize like, it's better if you focus on that as your offer. Focusing on business funding is higher leverage. These are things that I've been telling y'all on this channel. It's less stress because you're not dealing with, the cheap people necessarily. You got to think when it comes to credit repair, it comes with a lot of these people that made bad financial decisions. I'm not saying that, life can't happen, but when you deal with funding, like you probably seen on my channel, we deal usually with people that are making at least a quarter million in their business, and they usually have better financial habits than the masses of people that might need the credit repair. So it's nothing wrong with doing credit repair, and I mean we still serve people in that manner, but the way that I've evolved my business, the way that I've structured my business is funding is at the forefront. Average client that we work with can have a lifetime value of maybe 13, $15,000, 8 to 10 of that being from the funding that we got them, right? Because if we get them anywhere from a $2,000 or $3,000 contract for credit repair, what's going to happen is after we're going to get them funding. Majority of the money that we're going to make from them is from the funding. So it's just higher leverage. And I implore you, right? If you're watching this, if you're a current credit repair business owner, if you're just somebody else that's in a business where you're struggling cash flow wise, or you're just feeling stuck, focus on business funding. You only need so many clients just to make it profitable and make sense. You'll deal with less headaches, quicker turnaround time. Sometimes with credit repair, it takes like months and months and months. It doesn't mean that somebody's scamming. It just means that it takes time to fix their credit. And then it's a less of a learning curve. So I was talking with one of my very first one-on-one students yesterday, and I was just asking him out because he came in not having a background with consumer laws, not having a background with credit or none of that, right? I have a case study on my channel. Him, we helped him hit his first 10K month, and when he was doing the funding, it was like easier leverage. So I was asking him, I was like, was there a learning curve when it came to like the funding aspect? And he said he was just saying like no, like it was, pretty much anyone can do it. And I think he deal with like dealership stuff or whatever. But when it came to the credit repair aspect, it's a lot of a learning curve, right? So I say that to say I had to just really sit back and analyze like, okay, when I'm putting out this content, I could turn up someone that's in credit repair as well as someone that's in a different industry. And part of what I want to do, because I know so many of these credit repair people are cheap fucks, right? And they're wondering why they're attracting these cheap ass clients, right? A lot of these credit repair people, these credit repair business owners, they ain't never ran a business. So they might think they know everything, but that's not the case, right? So if you're watching this video, that's why I'm letting you know. If even if you're in the credit repair industry, even if you're not, I could turn you up with this business funding stuff. So just watch the entire video. One of the big things I'm big on too is preventing burnout. So I just want to go over like our organizational chart in terms of what we have. So we got sales, you see at the top, marketing and dispute team. So sales, we got appointment setter, we got closer. Marketing, we have an internal marketing specialist, external, and then a thumbnail artist for the videos. And then dispute team, dispute specialist number two, which is like the captain of the team, and a dispute specialist number one. So to be transparent, my team now is a lot more lean than all of this, but I say this to say once upon a time we had these, and we almost even had a research and development team as well, just for some other stuff that we were doing. But I say that to say no matter where you're at in your business, you do want to prevent burnout. So you can get away with running a super, super lean team, especially if you're just focusing on the funding. Maybe you're the sales team, right? Maybe you're doing the marketing. Maybe you're not going to need dispute team anymore, right? If you're going about it that way. So I just wanted to show the chart here just to show y'all we used to run we used to have a lot of moving pieces, but we gotten our team super lean. And I had to be transparent. A lot of this stuff is just being transparent and knowing yourself. I don't like managing people. I don't like doing meetings. I like doing the least amount of work I could possibly do, right? I like recording these videos. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so just remember as you're doing your stuff. So I just wanted to show like when I reflected on these people that I've helped, right? You see 3,200 made in minutes over here. I think it's touch screen. Hold on, right here. So you see Doc Davis, right? He came to me. He never did no funding, and he had a credit business, but we helped him literally make I think it was like over $5,000 in his first month working with me just from the funding, you know. And it's like he was working super hard with the credit repair, but those of y'all that are in credit repair, you know how it feels to be burnt out dealing with these clients, these missed payments when they owing you money. You're doing this for $300, $500, maybe $1,000 or something. It's not worth it when you could just focus on higher leverage clients, right? We don't get in business to be stressed out our whole lives. It's going to be stressful regardless. Funding's not going to be super easy like that. But you just got to realize like it's just better leverage, right? So I had to just sit back and think all these people that I've helped, what's the commonality with them? They're focusing on the funding. You see Khaled right here. He got a 50K card. He's getting people funded as well, right? That 50K right there, that's a $5,000 deal. You see Ali right here, $15,000 payout. How many credit repair clients are you going to get for you to even get $15,000? If you get a $5,000 credit repair client, you got to get three of those to even get to 15,000 versus you funded one client 150K. So you see the stress that can come from this, right? Brian too. I have case study video. I have case study with all these people, right? Brian Winston case study video, right? One of these out of the 18,000 payout was a $75,000 Chase business credit card he got from my connection. So I had to sit back and think and really realize that it's not even just about someone that's in credit repair. And you'll even see Brian even said in our case study video. He said that even if he knew nothing about funding, he feels like he could just come in and just start making money like that, right? And I feel like I'll be doing a disservice if I didn't come on here and constantly tell y'all that. I know I'd be saying like focus on funding, but I know so many of y'all are just like if I'm over the fence with all my students, so many of y'all are like on the outside of the club because you choose to not invest in yourself or you're just cheap. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But um yeah, so 75,000 of that, 7,500 of that 18,000 was from one business credit card, focusing on the funding, right? So I'm just looking at all these people that I've helped. You see Ali again, I think 75,000, right? So 7,500 payout. One of my students collaborated with me, 35,000 approval, right? So I say that to say if you are a credit repair business owner right now, or if you're just somebody, right? You could be an SMMA, right? You could do copywriting, whatever. If you're looking to make additional money, you definitely want to focus on the funding. If you want to do it with less stress. And I'll even show you right here, right? You see this person got $7,500 limit. And my reason in showing you that is that this is real time what people are getting when they don't have the system that we use, when they don't go through the bank relationship managers. You might be someone that's watching this, you don't understand the whole funding thing of why am I going to pay someone to do me funding when I could just go online and apply? Because you're going to get this little ass limit, right? You see that 7,500? And what limits are you seeing my students get? 75,000 for Brian, right? 50,000 for Khaled, right? So you just got to realize that all this stuff is going to require doing the right steps. So even oh shit, my connection acting weird. So even myself, right? It was a dope feeling when I collaborated with my student. I was able to wire him $11,000. right? Because we did a funding effort together. Some of y'all may have seen when I made 27,500 in one day from funding my client as well. So I say that to say, man, you just gotta focus on the funding. Another 20,000, right? And then client over here, right? 50,000. So that's 5,000 right there. So I say that to say, if you are a credit repair business owner, if you're not a credit repair business owner, right? It don't matter. I could turn you up regardless. I want to do an experiment and I'm going to be launching a new program because initially I'm dedicated to helping credit repair business owners, make that shift while preventing burnout. But I had to sit back and realize it's fuck some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Those of y'all that's cheap, those of y'all that's not willing to get to the next level, those of y'all that think y'all know everything. So I was like, okay, I need to sit back and realize when I was talking to my student that I helped, start his business and everything. He didn't have no background in credit repair, consumer laws, all that. So I was like, why am I focusing on these people that don't see the value? They probably think they know everything. Maybe they just, I don't know, they just want to stay burnt out. Why am I focusing on that when I can be targeting all these other business owners that want to get to the next level? Whether you're in trucking, you in e-commerce, maybe you're doing SMMA, maybe you're a high ticket closer and you want to get into this business, right? So I say that to say, if that's you, then you can, get rock with me with this too, because I used to think like, okay, I can only work with credit repair business owners, but that's not the case. Funding it doesn't take it's not a rocket science. And that's what I'm saying right here. Because funding has a low learning curve, this is pretty much for any business owner that's not just credit repair as well. The cheap credit repair people, they could die poor, they could do whatever they want to do over there. But this is not my 10K program, by the way. This is a new program, so this is a new thing where I'm going to be working one on one with you, launching your funding company and going from there. If you're a credit repair business owner, we can, tweak certain things, make it like my business, and go from there. So if this is something that you found value in, I know that the type of person I am, I'm seeing all these receipts on my face. I would get tapped in personally. But if you're like me, I'm gonna leave a link below. You can apply, and we'll see if we can help you. This is really just about helping y'all because we're going to continue to do what we do as far as funding business owners. We're on a mission to fund $1 billion to small business owners, but I want to take a different approach when it comes to mentorship, and I want to focus on that focal point of the credit repair business owners that understand, help them leverage that funding offer, and then anybody else that wants to start that funding company, I want to show y'all like y'all can really make a bag with this. So with that being said, I look forward to talking to some of y'all that's ready to get to the next level. This is obviously not free. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed one.